Hey everyone, it's Sam Mackay here from Enterprise DNA. Today I want to go over calculate table, the calculate table function inside of the DAX language for Power BI. Now, to be honest with you, for a long time when I started out using Power BI, I really had no reason why I needed to use calculate table. And it did actually offer a bit of confusion for me. And I'm just presuming out there that I think if you're watching this video, you may have found yourself in a similar situation. You may have got your head around calculate and how that works, but calculate table is just that a little bit additional of information and you haven't really found many uses for it, and you are looking just for clarification around how it works. Now, it's great because I was in exactly the same position, and I feel now, based on what I've worked through over time in terms of scenarios and demos that I've worked through, that I now have a very strong understanding of exactly how to think about using it and exactly when you should use it. There are actually, before I go on, a few different ways you can use calculate table. They can be used as like a filter mechanism, but what I want to show you, or the way I want you to think of it, or the way I feel like is best used, is by incorporating it into functions that require tables within them. Okay, so basically, there's a little bit to that, obviously, but the main thing to understand, you've got to understand, is what a table function is. Okay, so that's the very first thing, and this is, this isn't something that you learn. It's not the very first thing you learn in Power BI, and that's for sure. But you do have to understand what is a table function. There's a key thing, right? Now, a table function can come in various different forms, but the simple ones that you're probably using already are things like all. Or maybe filter. You can use things like all except as well. You can use accept, intersect, summarize, a whole like natural inner join. There's a whole raft of these things that you can utilize, and they don't return a value. They don't return what are called scalar values. They actually return tables. Okay, and you might not use them very much because when you're just using the front end of Power BI, and I'll just show an example here of a full solution that I developed. When you're using the front end of Power BI, really all you're trying to do is return results, right? You're trying to return values that you can put onto a chart and a visualization. But as you get more advanced in Power BI, you realize, well, you've got to get more technical with your DAX formulas. And as you do, you really realize quite quickly that table functions are how you get there. Table functions are how you really start getting this advanced analysis, but enabling you to do it. You can enable it within your models in a really efficient way. Just a side note, what we're looking at here is a full analytical workshop. It was a scenario method workshop that Enterprise DNA members can attend, and it was all about churn analytics. So in this case, new customers. We also talked about lost customers and steady customers, etc., etc. And so what I'll do, I'll put a link below in the description so you can see where this replay and resource sits. But if you do want to access it, you will have to upgrade to membership at some time in the future. But I want to talk about calculate table because calculate table was a key part of this analysis, right? To actually find this insight, like new customers, lost customers, steady customers, anything around churn analytics, you've really got to understand what is going on with calculate table, because that calculate table enables you to find these insights very efficiently. So let's just have a look at the format and I'll show you. So to calculate new customers, what we needed to do was we needed to compare a customer set to a customer set from a prior period, right? And so what I did is I said, in this particular case, and with these particular answers, I'm saying I want to look at our current customers in any particular month, and then I want to compare that customer set to any customers who have purchased off us in the last 90 days, okay? If a customer is purchasing off us in a current month and they are not or have not purchased in that time window, that prior time window of 90 days, then we, in this case, are considering them new, okay? Now, to be able to find that insight, what we needed to do, and this is where this is really where calculate table is best used in my view, is it's used within other table functions, right? So in this case, so let's look down the bottom here. What accept does is it evaluates two tables and it returns the customers, or in this case, it returns values. It returns values from a table that are in the first table and are not in the second table, okay? And then it returns another table on the back of that of all of these values which aren't in this table. And in this case, and to actually work out this calculation, we wrapped it in count rows, because you can't return a table function from a formula. You need to actually turn it into an actual value. And that's how I did that there. But key point here, calculate table. What does it do? Well, think about that logic I just described. We needed to open up a window in any particular context which looked back 90 days to actually find a customer set, right? So find all of the customers that bought us in the last 90 days. Well, you'll see here that calculate is evaluating a table. It evaluates a table in the current context, but because it is wrapped inside of calculate table, it can change the context of the calculation, or it can change the evaluation of that table. Okay, so we don't want to look at this particular customer set in the current context. We want to look at it over the prior 90 days. And so we can do that by putting some filtering function inside of calculate table. I've chosen filter, but think of, you could use dates between, you could date add, there's other things you can use. And I've opened up a window instead of the current context of the prior 90 days, or the prior 3 months basically. And then we've recreated this table, or this virtual table of customers in this case, over that 90-day period instead of the current context. And then from there, we've placed it inside another table function to then go and do some follow-up evaluation. So does that, hopefully that is actually making it clear why and when you would use calculate table. I think certainly when when I went through this demo, it's certainly I could sense from those who were members who were there live and who've watched it on a replay and communicated with me post, that this really showcased. Okay, well, this is a perfect use for calculate table over any other sort of use. Is you use it to to change the context of a table evaluation. That's generally how you use it, but then you can incorporate the formula into other formulas where you need to compare tables, like accept or intercept is another one that you can utilize as well. Now, you can get even more advanced, right? So this is just comparing one calculate table to values, which is just counting up all the customers in the current context. Check out what the lost customers calculation is. So you see here that we've actually, I won't run through the logic here because I'll maybe leave that to another video in the future. That we are, again, doing a similar sort of thing. If you look down here, we're using accept, but calculate table actually appears in two of the variables, right? Because in this case, what we're doing in the current context, we are changing the time period, or we're changing the evaluation of each of these individual tables based on a differing time period. And calculate table is, again, perfect for that. I mean, it's basically the only function really that enables you to do that really, really effectively. So this just shows a more advanced way, really. It's really just extrapolating out what I showed in the new customers to your lost customers. And maybe if you've been using Power BI for a while, you'll look at this and you'll think, wow, this is really intensive analysis. But we can make the formulas pretty intuitive, I feel. Especially when you use variables as well. Using variables is key, and then it's really just working through the logic. Think about what calculate table does. Think about what you put inside the first parameter in calculate table. It's a table function, so a virtual table, and then you're changing the context of that table evaluation. And that's just the key thing to just roll over in your mind over and over again, and then you'll understand calculate table very well. And then from there, you can then put it inside another table function and see how things evaluate from there. So overly enjoyed this content and got a lot out of it. So I know calculate table is a little bit hard to understand, especially if you're starting out. So that's why I wanted to create a video of it. This is some unique analysis that can be enabled very, very intuitively, I feel, by utilizing calculate table really, really well. All the best. Good luck with this one. Talk to you soon.
Hey everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Enterprise DNA TV. If you enjoyed the content covered in this particular tutorial, please throw the video a like. It really helps us and we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Enterprise DNA TV channel. We have a huge amount of content coming out all the time from myself and a range of content creators, all dedicated to improving the way that you use Power BI and the Power Platform. Lastly, check out Enterprise DNA's website. Plenty of resources and further learning that you can access very easily. All the best. Take care.